Welcome everybody to Grapple FK. We are covering the big one. It's Jan Blachowicz against Israel Adesanya. Adesanya moving up in weight up to 205, potentially for GOAT status. So let's get into this. Jan won the belt off what's his name? The guy that beat John Jones, technically. Reyes,
yeah.
Well, actually, I think John Jones won that fight, but that's my opinion. Won the belt off Reyes, KO'd him. It was a good performance by Jan, I thought. Israel Adesanya completely ruined Costa. There's not much for him left at middleweight. I think he's just several leagues above everyone else at middleweight. And it's a thin division. So he's moved up. He's fighting Jan. Jan predominantly a striker. He's got some subs. He can wrestle at certain points. He's decent in the clinch. Israel Adesanya, amazing striker with great takedown defense. So let's break this down. Let's get into, what are you thinking about this, Andrew?
Well, I mean, it's a clash of styles. This is essentially going to be a kickboxing match, but with two polar opposite styles. Obviously, you've got Israel Adesanya, who is the elite kickboxer who fights at range, does beautiful feints, picks you apart from the outside. And he hits you and you don't hit him. That's it. He might be the greatest striker in the UFC, with some exceptions, like, Holloway, for example. On the other side, you've got Jan Blachowicz, who's a big, strong, powerful guy. I'll quickly list off his skills before I lambast his shocking weaknesses. He hits very hard. He's phenomenal. And it's not just in his hands. His kicks are very hard. I mean, he left a hideous-looking wound.
Did you see that bruise? That bruise. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Purple.
Yeah. God knows what's going on internally to create that kind of bruise.
Yeah.
But that's the power he has in his kicks. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that, obviously. He's good up close in the pocket. For example, he disposed of Reyes that way. Reyes came into his range, started swinging, and, Blachowicz just, flattened him. So he's very good at range. I mean, he's got decent low kicks, heavy, thunderous low kicks. But technique-wise, this guy is not sophisticated. He's not a sophisticated kicker. He's not a sophisticated striker. And I would go so far as to say that he is extremely basic. He's flat-footed, literally. He literally doesn't move. He just shuffles forward, flat-footed. There's literally no head movement. And, yeah, there's no feints. There's no counters. I mean, he does counter occasionally.
Yeah.
I don't think he's quick enough to counter. And he's got a half-decent jab, but his offense is essentially, trying to explode into range. And most of the time missing. He'll sometimes get his opponent at the end of his punches, or he'll kick at the end of that exchange, and he might get them, like he did with Reyes. But he moves forward, in a straight line.
Yeah.
And he did that against Thiago Santos, and he got absolutely clobbered and knocked out. It's just. And just the way he moves, he's stiff. He's just a big, stiff lump, right? He's not fluid. We describe a lot of fights in the UFC as just naturally athletic. It's just the way they move, the way their bodies do what the brain wants it to do. There's an agility there that comes with being an athlete. Blachowicz doesn't have any of that whatsoever. But of course, he's got that big right hand, and that has won him quite a lot of fights.
Yeah. Well, I think he does the basics very, very well. As in, you talked about the kicks, you talked about the right hand. His jab's okay. He does counter sometimes. His head movement's not great. But I think he does the basics very. I think he's one of those fighters that. He's just not pleasing to the eye. He doesn't look quick. He looks like it's I don't know. He looks stiff, as you said. But I think there's something going on there, and I think he's got very good fight IQ. He's had a lot of fights, 27-8. That's a hell of a lot of fights. So I think he knows what he's doing. I also think he's pretty good wrestling wise. He can take people down when he wants to. He doesn't opt to a lot of the time. He opts to stand. He's okay in the clinch, very strong. But yeah, I think the main thing with him is the right hand. It's very, very powerful. It's literally, if it lands, it's, I mean, we saw what happened to Corey. Man went to bed early. Put it that way. Yeah.
I can buy into the argument that he knows what he's doing and he's working with his skill set, such as it is.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe. I mean, when people come into his range, he's extremely dangerous. But when you say he's got the basics down, I mean, the basics in the sense that he knows how to throw a punch. That's a tiny part of boxing.
We're not talking about boxing, Andrew. We're talking about MMA here. This isn't a boxing match. We're talking about the basics of MMA. So 1-2s, some counters, some left hooks, decent kicks, decent low kicks. I think what you're doing is you're overanalyzing his boxing, which obviously isn't great. But I'm saying as an overall MMA fighter, don't you think he's pretty good? I mean, you can't become champion and beat someone like Dominic Reyes and knock him out in the second round and not be a good MMA fighter. It's just not possible.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good MMA fighter.
Yeah.
He's also probably the worst champion the UFC has had in a long time. And if John Jones was still...
Well, I mean, the division's thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 27-8. That's a fair few losses. But yes, I take your point. As an all-round MMA fighter, there is a reasonable skill set there. But the reason I'm focusing on the boxing is because this is a kickboxing match.
Yeah.
Right? I would be surprised...
Yeah, well, it will be. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be surprised if this goes to the ground. And the way I see this going is Jan Blachowicz will be like this, stiff, no head movement, shuffle forward a few inches towards Izzy, and Izzy will do exactly what he did against Paulo Costa, stay on the outside, hack into those into the lead leg, soften him up for round 2, so that Jan Blachowicz's legs are gone, so therefore he's lost his explosivity. So when he does come forward in round 2, he's slower, and Israel Adesanya will suddenly start using his hands and just smack him. And
well, if that's Jan's game plan, and I think that's probably the extent of what he can do, then Izzy will win. The only thing is Jan is a lot bigger than Costa and can probably take more damage. So is he getting him out of there early? I don't think so. I don't think he can get him out of there early, but I think he can probably get him out of there later on in the fight as the fight progresses, just due to accumulated damage. The only way I see Jan winning this is through clinching and wrestling. But as we've said before, it's really, really difficult to change your style for one fight. So
yeah, and
I just don't think he can. And you know this about me. I'm not an Izzy fan ever since he went up against my boy John Jones, who's my favorite fighter. Well, alongside Masvidal, I'm not a massive Izzy fan, but I give credit where it's due. He's a phenomenal fighter. I just don't see what Jan can do to him standing up. He has to take him down somehow. He's got no other option.
Well, should we look at Jan Blachowicz's stats and see how many takedowns he's got in previous fights?
Yeah, I mean, so his takedown accuracy is 52%. Takedown average is 1.1. It's not bad. So he didn't take no takedowns for Thiago Santos. Took him down. That's worrying. He took down Krylov. Krylov's not really much of a wrestler. Manua's British. We don't really wrestle. Jared Cannonier, he took down 4 times. I'll have to watch that fight, but Cannonier is Cannonier? Cannonier's not a wrestler, is he? He's a striker.
I don't think so. He's definitely a striker.
Taking down Devin Clark. He's been taken down by Patrick Cummins and Gustafsson. And then he's taken down some Russian sounding or Eastern European sounding dude 4 times. He's taken people down. And he's gone for subs. He's got 2 subs in the UFC. But is it enough to take Izzy down? I don't know. Izzy's got 86% takedown defense.
Yeah,
which is very high.
There's a problem. When Izzy's at range, that's a long distance to cover when you're going for the double leg or single leg or whatever it is. That's a problem. And yeah, when you're Israel Adesanya, when you're not a wrestler, you're not a jiu-jitsu guy, you spend all of your time training takedown defense. So you can have a higher takedown defense than a lot of credentialed wrestlers, because that's literally all you do.
Yeah.
So I don't think, if we were assuming that Jan, will opt to go for a takedown, he may not.
I think that's his only option in this fight. He has to take it to the ground or clinch.
Yeah, but we talk about fighters and their game plans.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying he can pull it off. I'm just saying I can't see him winning any other way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, me neither. I mean, unless
he just lands a massive right hand out of nowhere.
Yes. Yeah. So
which is a 15-20% possibility, maybe.
It is possible.
MMA. It's MMA, right?
Yeah. So in the Israel Paulo Costa fight, there were a couple of moments where Costa got Adesanya against the cage for a split second. I got his back against the cage, and then Israel circles out.
Yeah. it's
not impossible that Blachowicz can do that and catch him. But
exactly.
Then, that kind of... I mean, it is possible that Israel Adesanya will make a mistake, that it'll hang around in the pocket too long. It's possible, but he doesn't really make mistakes.
Not really, and he gets better every fight as well. That's the thing. Just every fight he improves. And Costa is a lot faster than Blachowicz as well. So, Costa not being able to hit him is worrying. However, I think if Jan does land on Izzy, I mean, Gastelum's knocked Izzy down. Let's remember that.
True.
Yeah. And Jan hits fucking hard. But he'll have to land very clean.
I think it's guaranteed. Sorry. I mean, if Blachowicz gets a clean shot on Izzy, he's going down.
Yeah. It might not be a KO, but it'll definitely be a knockdown.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be a knockdown. He's a very powerful man. And he's naturally bigger than him. So on fight night, Izzy's probably going to be what? Izzy will possibly even be lower than 205, I think, or around the mark.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. 205, 210, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, 210. Yeah, so somewhere around the mark. Whereas Blachowicz is probably going to be somewhere around the 220 mark, 225 on the day of the fight. So
maybe more. Yeah.
Possibly even more.
But this is just a speed thing. Yeah, the power is obviously a factor, but this is just mainly a speed thing.
Speed is. I mean, there's Adesanya. It's a different league. It's a different league it's multiple different leagues. Like, as in Jan's got nothing to offer. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. Apart from the massive punch, which is unlikely, I think Jan's game plan should be clinch, try and get him down, wear him out, try and submit him. But, easier said than done, since he doesn't really fight like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jan, I'm not sure he's the sharpest tool in the box. I'm not sure he's necessarily got the most strategic team behind him, because he just does the same thing every time. So he's just going to do the same thing, shuffle forward and try and close the gap.
If he does that, he's fucked.
Yeah. And we know that Israel is a very smart fighter. He always has a game plan, and he always sticks to it.
Very intelligent. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
And very good team behind him as well. Very good team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I'm very confident that Israel will have the same game plan that he did against Costa. Hack his legs from the outside, slow him down, take away his base. Then in the second round, as Jan comes forward, Israel will counter. And he could do that for the whole 25 minutes, or it could be over in the second round, it could be over in the third round. It depends how durable.
I don't think I because of his sheer size, with the sheer size difference, I think Jan will last longer than Costa. Just because he's so much bigger than him.
It's a bigger frame, yeah.
Yeah, bigger frame, bigger legs. I think he'll last longer than him. But yeah, I don't see. Probability wise, I think Izzy should be winning this 75-80% of the time, 85% possibly. Somewhere along there.
I give this more like 85-90 to Izzy.
Yeah. I just think there is that 15-20% chance of a massive right hand or him getting Izzy down somehow and submitting him.
I'm more worried about the right hand.
More worried about the right hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. The right hand. If the right hand lands, dude, that could be it could be a Derek Lewis Blades thing.
Well, that's the thing.
It's one shot, right?
Yeah, I was so confident in Curtis Blades. So confident.
It's one shot.
Yeah.
So it could happen. It could happen.
Well, that's why we hedge these things, isn't it?
That's why you hedge it. Yeah, exactly. You've got to hedge it with the. Yeah, hedge it with the KO for Jan. So I mean, let's get on to predictions. It's a 5-round fight, obviously. What are you thinking?
Israel Adesanya. I'm torn between decision or a finish. I think the skill level is going to be extremely apparent. Israel Adesanya via KO/TKO round 3.
Yeah, I think Adesanya. Adesanya unanimous decision.
Yeah,
I think Jan will wear it out. Yeah.
So who do you think the favourite is? Bearing in mind that it's champion versus champion, Israel Adesanya going up, so maybe see to be at a disadvantage.
It's got to be Adesanya though, right? He's probably a massive favourite in this.
Yeah, he is. Let me.
Was he like minus 400 or something?
Okay, so what did you say? Minus 400.
Yeah.
He's minus 250.
Minus 250.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like those odds.
Yeah, because that means you can. That's decent for the safe come.
Yeah, it's very decent.
And what are the odds for a Jan KO?
Let me just give you the odds for a Jan win first.
Okay.
Plus 188.
Polish power. Plus 188. That's okay. That's not great.
Yeah, not good enough for me to be interested in that. Okay, so KO for Jan. Method of victory. Plus 450.
Oh yeah.
Not bad.
Putting a $5 on that.
Yeah. So that's good for a hedge, isn't it? Plus 450.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we've got a pretty clear-cut bet there.
Yeah, very clear-cut. Yeah. Izzy in the safe come. And then some money, small amount of money on Jan for a KO, TKO.
Yep.
The guy's got phenomenal power.
It can happen.
It can happen. These things happen. It's MMA.
Yeah.
But yeah, anything else? I think this is a very clear-cut fight. I mean, the level in stand-up is just
it's
it's
poles apart.
It's like fucking Mayweather fighting Conor McGregor in boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what I really want to do is just say more horrible things about Jan Blachowicz, but I think you might get upset.
No, his boxing isn't great, but I think he is a good overall MMA fighter, in my opinion. I think he's a durable, good, solid MMA fighter.
No, yeah, he is.
Obviously, he's not on Izzy's level. But
I'm not saying he's terrible. I'm saying he's a good fighter, but he should not be champion. That's my point. So when I say call him a donkey,
who should be champion? Who should be? I mean, Izzy's not really how long's Izzy going to stay around for?
The thing is,
if Izzy wasn't in the frame, who should be champion? It's all quite close, really, isn't it?
This is the thing. Dominic Reyes fucked up by getting into Jan's range.
Yeah.
Rakic
maybe. Rakic is pretty good. That guy from the Czech Republic that you like, he's pretty good.
Prokachka, Jiri Prokachka. Yeah. Still need to see more from him, I think.
Yeah. So that whole mix, they're all very close in their ability. John Jones is obviously miles ahead. He's left, and then obviously Adesanya's coming up, and he's a different league. But
yeah. So against that backdrop, I think Jan's got a little bit lucky. The division is a little bit thin at the moment.
Yeah, but you can't say he doesn't deserve to be champion in a thin division. He does deserve to be champion. There's no one else around.
You're sucking his cock so hard.
No. But you're saying,
his balls,
so who can beat him? Who can beat him? If Izzy wasn't coming up, who could beat him? Tell me. Who could clear cut? Give me someone 80% in that division who can beat him.
In a Reyes rematch, Reyes probably wins that.
No. Reyes got destroyed, dude. Reyes got destroyed.
All right, but bring up his record again.
But Reyes could probably beat him in a rematch. But who else? It's
Santos.
a thin division.
Santos could beat him.
Santos possibly, but then Santos got fucked up in his last fight. So it's like, it's not really. You can't really say he doesn't deserve to be champion.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I'm just saying he's been the beneficiary of a fortunate circumstance at this point in time.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. But you also said he doesn't deserve to be champion. But he does because he did.
All right.
Yeah, rewatch the video when it's when you've.
Fuck me, you're aggressive today, Walid.
No, I'm not being aggressive. I'm just saying, like the guy fucked up Reyes, who when some people say beat John Jones, he knocked him out in the second round, and you're trying to say he's like this and that. Like you can't get to that level being that bad, dude. He's a good fighter.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He's just not.
It's a thin division, granted. It's a very thin division. And if you downsize him and put him in 155, he probably wouldn't be in the top 15. But
yes. Yeah. So you see my point. Yeah.
I see your point, definitely. But I think I think at the moment he should be champion. He beat Reyes. And Reyes is probably one of the best of the lot, out of the remaining lot, maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing, I'm not taking anything away. He's won the fights he's needed to win.
Yeah.
At the right time.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's pull up his record. Like, all right, Thiago Santos knocked him out, but this is 205, right? He fucking ruined Luke Rockhold. Ruining him, but Rockhold's done. Jacare Souza split decision. That's a good win. Ruined Corey, and then ruined Dominic Reyes. And before that, he ruined Krylov, and he ruined Jimmy Manoa. He's beaten Jared Cannonier. Like, he's beaten some serious guys, dude.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
And I want his cock in or out. I'm trying a bit harder because it's Izzy, right?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I'm trying to find anything in this, but
you hate Izzy so much that you now you just love Jan Blachowicz. Despite expressing zero interest in Jan Blachowicz previously, you're now his #1 fan. Exactly. And you will not tolerate any criticism.
No. He is an amazing boxer. No, I can see his serious holes in his game. Kevin Lee.
Kevin Lee-sized holes, yeah.
Kevin Lee-sized holes, but yeah, I mean, this is pretty clear-cut for me. Izzy's a different league. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, he's a different league.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. what can you do? Shit happens.
Yeah.
But that's it, really, right? So what I've got is a unanimous decision. You've got.
I've got Izzy round 3 KO/TKO.
Round 3 KO TKO. Also, thank you for watching, everybody. Please subscribe, like the channel, and fuck Izzy Adesanya. I hope he loses, but he probably won't. Polish power in the house. Big up Poland.
I
don't know what that means.
Polish for thank you. Yeah.
All right. Cheers.
Yeah.
But thank you for watching, and we'll be out with more videos soon. This card is stacked, so we'll be covering quite a lot of these fights, I'm sure.
Yep.
What's the co-main on this?
I'm not sure. Is there a co-main?
Yeah, there's always a co-main, isn't there?
Always a co-main?
Yeah. Nunes.
Well, Nunes is all right, but I mean...
Well, Nunes is going to kill her. That's probably another safe come bet right there. This is going to be a good fight. This is going to be a really good fight.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This is a good fight as well.
Oh,
shit. Santos is on this. Sorry to interrupt. I didn't realize.
Oh, versus Rakic. Well, this is a big night for the light heavyweight division, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Santos probably wins that off the top of my head. Yeah, so we'll learn.
Cruz is on the fucking card.
I told you this card was sick. Yeah.
What the fuck? Oh, shit. Oh, Askarov is decent.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he's decent.
This is a huge card, yeah.
This card is sick. Okay, I don't really I know who Tim Elliott is.
Sean Brady, I like him. He's quite good. Yeah, these guys.
Trevin Jones. Who did he knock out? He knocked out someone recently. He was getting fucked up, but then he got knocked. Then he knocked him out.
Yeah,
right at the end.
Yeah.
The guy we like. Okay, yeah. This card is serious.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to do we got to do Jan Sterling at some point, because I think we have differing views on this, probably.
Well, you think Jan's going to win?
Yeah, I want Jan's cock in and around my mouth.
Yes, yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, I'm favouring Jan.
You're favouring Jan as well? I thought you'd go for Sterling.
I mean, Sterling's got a good jiu-jitsu. He's a bit like John Jones. He's got a very diverse striking.
Yeah, he's really good.
Fights well from the outside. But yeah, we'll have to see. That's an interesting fight.
It's an interesting fight. All right, well, let's leave it there. We'll be coming out with more videos shortly, and yeah, Polish power, but he's probably going to lose. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.